Welcome back once again, guys. Here with another game. This time it's going to be Team Aphrodite versus Team Arachne. We're going to see another Bastet and another Hunbats. That's very interesting. Someone I want to keep note on right ahead is Well Played. So last weekend he actually played a fantastic solo lane Bakasura, I felt. And I don't think he got noted on as one of the top players, but I think he did really well, and I really want to see how he does. So I know he can play Bakasura. I want to see how he does on Hercules here.
I'm surprised by all these Bastet picks. To be completely honest with you,
It might be comfort. It might be comfort picks people are going. I mean, Bastet's a god that can, like, kind of like a Thanatos, where may not be the best in competitive, but you can really get ahead because not a lot of people use them, and people don't expect the damage coming out.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I really like the pick. It's not seen often, so if it is a comfort pick, I'm sure they have other gods to pick from too.
For sure. This Osiris is, like, not paying attention. That was really bad. Like, he just... You have to be super aware early on, especially early on. I mean, if Red Team was 5-man group there, that Osiris would have died. Like, he was just standing there. Herc walked right up, and he didn't even notice until he swung an auto attack. So you always got to be aware.
So right away, pretty standard start. Herc might be looking for the invade, though.
He's going to force... So, okay. I want to see them invade the blue.
Yeah, they must invade. They should be invading.
There's way too many times where you do this double hog strat, right? And I like it, but if you're not invading the blue, you're literally wasting it, and they're not doing it. They're not there fast enough. So like you delayed your own speed, but you didn't get anything out of it, and now you're gonna lose lane pressure.
They actually cleared slow. Yeah, that didn't make much sense to me.
Like if you're going to do that strat, you have to basically just right ahead. You have to just go and invade.
Oh, there's into tower. This is Ripperoonies.
That's first blood.
Another Herc pull.
Yeah,
that's a nice play. But yeah, to go back to them not invading, Cog Red kind of started it in the competitive scene, and the idea is you force the hog and then you directly invade their blue, and there's nothing they can do about it.
But
so I don't really know.
There's too many people that are doing it but not invading the blue, and you waste it. You're just slowing yourself down, in my opinion.
Right.
It doesn't really work as well against double hogs.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's also not something you do against double hog. They actually, I mean, it did translate into a kill because the other team misplayed, but they really, they cleared slow.
So they're going to invade the red here. I like this decision, but Giannis needs to be there. They're going to get out. I feel like, I guess he was a little bit too pushed to do it, but he needs to be wary that he needs to rotate to those next time, especially if he sees the Scylla rotating. So Soa actually did a great job early on. Tagged the creeps and left. Actually had to go back though because Osiris got pulled. But doing one of the few things that we've seen junglers do is that tag early and rotate.
Right. Yep, finally. That's all I've been asking for all day.
Yeah,
Bastet's play has been really strong. I mean, it's a smart invade. He got support from his support player, and it was a great call.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of splitting camps too. It looks like they stole the red. They're going to secure their own. This Bastet and Giannis are going to be pretty far ahead early on.
The fight at mid Harpies will be kind of rough, I think, with a Janus and a Bastet. They don't always combo perfectly together, so it would be nice to know how the communication's going.
For sure.
After we see if there is a fight. I'm hoping there's a fight.
Yeah. So Hercules actually didn't go the typical start that you'll see him go. He actually did elect to go Death's Toll here. And I think he's utilizing it well. He's really looking to be aggressive and fight the Osiris.
Yeah, I like that because he's confident. He's definitely confident in how he's going to match up against this player.
So let's see here. The Hunbats he's not 5. He should hit it off this wave though. It's going to be really critical for him to hit 5 during these mid camps. Or before these mid camps.
If they combo properly, the Hunbats on the Scylla, it's a kill.
Yeah,
so
for sure. On either Bastet or Giannis. I mean, neither of them have beads. And something many people don't think about is beads 1 are not very effective against Hunbats because it's not just you get feared. It's a reoccurring tick on the fear. If you have beads 1 and you beads in the middle of it, you're still gonna get hit by the ticks once your CC immunity ends. There's no way to get out of it.
I'm really not surprised by the passiveness from both teams, but I really would have liked to see it.
Yeah, I don't think any team was... They were both... I think either of them would have gone in if the other team was out of position, but they were both positioning pretty well. Anhur dominating this duo lane, which is to be expected early on.
It's kind of crazy. This Bastet is just now doing speed for the first time.
Yeah.
At 4 minutes. That's, I mean, you're usually in a really good position if that's happening to you.
Now that you think about that, I think the only mistake the Bastet probably made was when they went to split a camp, she went to red, which the Giannis already had the enemy's red. She should have just went to her own speed, got that buff, which would be useful for her, and then make sure that the Giannis had a refreshed red later on.
Yeah,
That's not even a huge misplay. That's still fine in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, she's playing great. If you're doing your speed out, you're still doing something right. But yeah, that is something to think about.
Weekend would have went to the red.
Of course.
I mean, it is closer. It's less of a travel time. Secure the mid lane. So either way, I mean, look at this too. This Giannis coming in, portaling in, making sure to share this XP. Giannis and Bastet are doing a fantastic job of XP split right now. You see Giannis at the top and Bastet not at the top, but very, very high up. She's down to a mid and solo laner.
It will go to the red team though. She liked to jump out of that. There was really no threat there. Hunbot's only had enough mana for probably Fear No Evil at that point in time.
It's still a risk. You don't want to take too much poke. We actually see a 5-man rotation over to left. I guess they're just getting ready for these harpies. Back harpies and splitting the blue.
So kind of even game. Blue team's doing a good job of coming back after losing the first blood here.
Yeah, I mean, that first blood is basically negated right now. Osiris has done a great job of staying even with the Hercules. I mean, he's the 500 gold behind, but that's just he got first blood. Like, he's not getting poked out too much early. Both pretty equal in build. It's pretty fine. Bastet looking to invade the red, but was a little late to it. Now, I really want to see an early Gold Fury fight.
They might be looking for it right here.
Anytime you have Bastet, you want to force early Gold Furies because Bastet cats are incredibly strong at it.
I want to point out, you really want to wait for a back or something.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not saying you just do it out in the open. You want to force a kill or force a back.
It looks like they'll be going for right mid camps here, which is kind of weird. I mean, they were in position to lock down Volt, I would say.
It's Geb, Scylla, Hunbats, huge team fights, and they're actually going to rotate to right, hard rotate to right.
I do not like this
on the Herc.
Why are they not going gold?
That's terrible positioning from the Giannis. Red team needs to go gold, like you said. They're going to get this kill. That was a gold fury for red team.
Why didn't
they actually just stood around doing nothing?
Yeah, they didn't. They like started to rotate, but didn't do it late, and now they're going to do gold, but it might be a little bit too late. And also, blue team stayed in right way too long. They should have rotated. And we will see Apollo get picked up. We'll take a look at that afterwards. Let's see if this Sylvanas can get there in time.
Needs a reset.
Yeah, they reset it. They actually could force this fight. Osiris actually teleports in, too. And with... Oh, Scylla's dead. She already used her move and escape.
Die here. This should turn into a gold fury. They should go straight to gold right now.
They're going to look to pick the Hunbats before they do. They just need to stop the... Yeah,
like the Anhur decision right here.
Yeah.
This is great.
So like a kind of a misplay from both teams. They committed too heavily on right. That should have been a Gold Fury for red, but they were really slow to it. Sylvanas recognized that they were probably doing it, rotated in, stopped it, and then blue team took it after they grabbed some kills. So misplays, but blue team turned out to do it okay.
We saw the red team get that Gold Fury to like 40%, and they actually wasted between 10, 15, 20 seconds doing nothing.
Right.
So it would have been a great trade. Hercules for Gold Fury, that's a perfect trade. And they just kind of really misplayed.
I mean, they even still could have taken that Gold Fury if they let the somebody other than Geb tank that for the last like 3 seconds. They would have been fine. They would have been able to secure it. And what I guess the risk there is nobody had Hog 3 out.
Yeah. I mean, it's just my damage versus. I mean, they're gonna have stronger damage than Sylvanas, obviously, but it's still a risk that you don't necessarily want to take.
Well,
they lost it anyways, to be honest.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta risk it for the biscuit, you know.
Oh my Elo.
Has Hunbats ulted?
No, not once. Neither has Scylla. Or Scylla ulted to escape.
Can't happen.
She ulted to escape. I mean, that's those huge team fighting ults that we were talking about, like that they're just not utilizing. They had Geb, Scylla, Hunbats at mid camps and didn't utilize them in any way. Like that's just. Bastet's more of a pick god, and those are like, all right, we just want to fight as a team because we're gonna win. There's no way Cats are gonna be better than our combo.
Yeah, I really would like to see a huge Humbat's ult into a Scylla ult. Like, even if he just picks off one person.
He just got his speed stolen. He's gonna get his. They're gonna probably get the blue stolen as well. Huge rotation from red team, Geb included. They need to. I think they should fight this, and they're doing a great job of rotating for it. And blue team's doing a great job of recognizing that they can't really fight it and backing off.
But we kind of ignored the Anhur is actually bullying this Apollo. He killed him right before that gold fury.
I forgot to rewind it. A little bit too late now, but yeah, he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he's got a 700 gold lead. I mean, yeah, they have gold fury, but still, he's
I mean, that's 500 raw then, and then 300 or 400 raw lead. That's pretty significant in an ADC lane this early on. That's finishing your executioner first or your pin boots first, allowing you to just be stronger.
Yeah, that's just something to note. If we don't see a team fight here soon, you're not going to see any comeback out of this team. Just the gold advantages in general. Like, everyone is ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the Osiris.
So their red team is gonna have to split this blue buff.
They're
right
being
now.
hyper defensive, like stacking 4 together to like stop the Bastet from stealing, but at the same time they're missing experience across waves because of it. Like they just a full wave just went in the mid, and still I think just got the back half of it. So Bastet's
so far for me, it's been all blue team. Like, Sylvanas had the knowledge of they're probably doing gold fury. He rotated and saved that.
Yeah, no one.
Bastet is stealing. I mean, it's just all around good play.
Yeah, no one on red team is really standing out to me at all. I mean, well played, got the early kill, but that was it. That was kind of a misplay, a huge misplay on Osiris's part more than anything.
Yeah, the Bastet is the first jungler to do what I've been asking to see all day, so I have to give credit to him. And I mean, even the Anhur 1v1.
Complexity weakens, thumbs up. We need a graphic for that. Just your face.
I'll have it for tomorrow.
Photoshop someone else's hand, thumbs up.
It'll be mine. Don't worry, it's happening now.
Oh man. All right, can we look to get the scout or coach in here very shortly? Packies? We'll work on that here. So. If you were on red team right now, what would you do to come back weekend? Like, what would you emphasize?
They have to have a team fight. A 3v3 or 4v4, any kind of team fight where they can combo the ults. It would be ideal.
Where would you force it? Probably mid-harpies?
It's kind of late now. They all have actives. Like, there's beads and Aegis and everything on almost all of the kill targets.
Okay.
So they're going to have a rough time no matter what. They need to try to bait something, I think, maybe with a Geb ult, get people to beads, and then come in with the Hunbats ult.
For sure. One thing, we do have Athena back in here, the scout for this game, Athena. Thank you for coming back. Who really impressed you in these games?
Hi. Well, I think obviously one of the most impressive players was, early game was Trifa and Anhur, but looking back at the other team, Hercules was actually very, influential in the team fights. He would pull a lot of people. He would choose the targets essentially because Geb was being poked out a little bit. He did try to steal the fire giant at about 30 minutes and 20 seconds. It was a great idea, but ultimately it failed. Another play that he did really well was actually saving himself from the Janus portal by using his ult to give himself CC immunity. And then afterwards using meditation from the idea coming from DM Brennan to heal himself back up and able to survive the fight afterwards.
Okay, I like that you brought him up because we're only like 12 minutes into the game and we didn't really get to see we haven't really got to see those plays coming out from him. He's just kind of even. So you would say he was probably the best player coming out from blue team or red team, excuse me. Team red
yeah,
team?
Definitely. He actually, as you guys probably saw, he got first blood. He reacted really well to those invades from Bastet. He has, pretty good mechanics, and he does choose the targets for his team to collapse on.
Okay. Yeah, so how was communication on... I guess he was the main communicator on his team. How about blue team? Who was really communicating? Because it seems like the Bastet was doing fantastic early. How'd you feel about his play?
Yeah, he did really well. He invaded a lot. He definitely called out targets. I definitely heard, Sylvanas calling out when he was going to ult and in, communicating with Anhur as well. That was all around really good.
Okay. Weekend, any final thoughts from you?
Well, proud of the Bastet for finally stepping up. I'd pick him up for a team. That's
All
who
right,
I'd be looking
we
at.
can thumbs up. The weekend seal of approval. All right, thank you, Athena. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with another game, guys. Thank you. Be right back. All right, guys, we are back once again. This time it's going to be Team Anhur versus Kuang. Something I want to note right off the bat, Vulcan is still in base, and it is negative 50 seconds. Osiris was laid out too. You can't be late in competitive play. Like, he is walking out of base at 45 seconds to go. You just can't do that. It's really important to be in position in case your team gets picked or in case one of their players is out of position.
I thought that was a top strategy. That's what Ally does to us.
You can't get picked if you're still in base.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
I'm gonna start using that.
So another Kali versus Thor here.
You know,
coming up.
this is the first game where we're seeing. I'm pretty sure the first game, other than the Chunga game, where we're seeing a mage in the solo lane.
Yep.
So that should be interesting.
I'm happy to see it too. I mean, I don't know if the meta right now doesn't really dictate that it can happen, and the only reason is you could get really aggressive early, but if the teams aren't aggressive early, it doesn't matter, you know?
Well, I think that a lot of the reason why we stopped seeing that is because of the double hogs, right?
Yeah, it's the aggression. It's early aggression.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually going to be an Isis solo, not even a Giannis, so you don't really see that too often. That sounds like a comfort pick. I mean, I know we talked about it before, but Isis is a very comfort pick to a lot of people, and not a lot of people play against Isis too often. They don't expect the damage, and yeah, this is what we need to see
Great
here. Invade.
Please.
This is what you need to see. They're
You should
Kali
invade this
Isis.
invade. They're being way too scared. What are they doing?
Oh wow. They just need to do it. They have double hog available. Yeah, and they should go push the. Oh, that's bad. Thor's just gonna chase them. They're not even level 2 yet. They need 3 creeps to get 2, and it's gonna be really important for them to grab those real quick. They're gonna grab them.
Yeah, that was too big of a delay. These players really need to just be confident in their decisions.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
they knew they had the fight, and you saw them just sit there. I think they wanted the Kali to take a little bit more poke, but it really wasn't worth it. You just want to grab the experience, and if Kali stays and fights, she's gonna die. And this another bad rotation, another really bad rotation. Full wave there, and she leaves to go against the Vulcan, and the Vulcan's just gonna spot it out and back up.
And she missed the.
She missed
the wave in mid. Oh,
That's bad.
No!
That's really bad. This Thor is almost level 3. I feel like he should already be level 3. He left early too. He missed half a wave
both
too.
missed waves. Both junglers are.
Yeah, and it's like you said. We've been going pretty hard on the junglers because you are a jungler weekend, but early on, jungle really dictates the pace of the game. You're very rarely gonna see kills one-on-one in solo or mid or even duo lane kills. They don't happen that often in competitive play, and it's really up to the jungler.
Yeah, it's something I
dictate the
stress a
game.
lot when I'm streaming. Like that, your decision out of that solo lane can make or break the first 5 minutes of a game. So it's really disappointing to see these junglers doing it over and over again.
Wait, you stream weekend?
A little bit.
Twitch.tv/weekend with the 3. Someone drop that link in chat for him. We actually see a lot of aggression coming out from this Anhur Athena dual lane. I don't like this because they don't have kill potential, and Sylvanas is going to heal up everything, and they're actually almost going to get turned on. I mean, you don't want to fight a Sylvanas unless you can secure a kill, and they're not going to. And now Sylvanas is just going to heal up all the poke they did, and they have no sustain in lane now. And you can already see that happening. Kali could have ganked them too. Kali could have ganked them too. She showed up in lane. I guess to steal. She didn't even steal farm. This Kali's decision making has not been the greatest.
No, yeah, I would have liked to see a loop. She ran right through that middle.
If she looped underneath, they would not have expected that, and she would have got first blood
been great.
easily.
That's something you see other junglers like Andinser. He does that stuff regularly, so it's something you really want to think about.
Just barely missed the pool. That would have been first blood. But it was a nice attempt by the Sylvanas.
Yeah, we see red team and blue team sitting very, very close. Gank on middle is not really going to do anything. Kali's still only sitting at level 4. Mid camp's coming up. Looks like red team's going to go for left and blue's just going to go for right.
I like that decision by Apollo. I know it was kind of weird. I don't know if you noticed. Oh, actually, let's take a look to see. Did Kali get those right?
Yes, she did.
Did they get both mid camps?
Yep.
I'm surprised at that.
Yes.
Me too.
That's unfortunate. But back to dual lane. What happened there is the Proudfeet went actually into the enemy's blue and then ulted looking for the Anhur. His ult really isn't useful early on. He knew the enemy was at mid camps. His ult is not powerful early on because of how much mana it costs. It scales better once he gets higher mana. Like going from dual lane to mid is like all his mana at level 5 to 6, right? So just trying to secure a kill on this Anhur, get him behind and get himself like a huge lead was really important there. He wasn't in danger of dying. It was a calculated risk that worked out. Or
You know,
it didn't work out, but it didn't turn bad.
To jump away from that, I'm looking at the solo lane. I really would have liked to see the Osiris just zoning out.
We can look at Thor. Here comes your boy.
Yeah, that was a great turnaround. They went hard on Athena,
perfect.
didn't get the kill. Actually, they might get it. Vulcan ult just gonna barely miss. Or actually, that's on his team. I know what I'm talking about.
No, that was a great play from the blue team. Honestly, they turned that around perfectly.
Yeah,
That's the trouble of going on the support.
They baited really hard too. So even if Athena died, that was worth it. The Athena went in knowing she was going to get out traded there. But what had happened is it baited red team into like a sense of security. Like, oh, what is she doing? We have a free kill. They were ulted. They got a double kill. Even if she died, it would have been worth.
100% agree. So we don't see any wards coming out this game?
There's one by blue.
All right, one ward.
There's 5 wards. 5 wards have been placed across the map at 5 minutes. That can't happen. Everyone's backed at least once. Everyone is backed at least once. You need to see more than this.
Yeah, I completely agree. The other teams that we've been watching have been warding way more, and it really has transitioned into more, like, much better games. I don't like that you don't see those wards on the gold tree for the Thor.
Well, we just saw the sentry ward come out.
I think that sentry ward was a little bit too early from the Athena.
I mean, that's going to be there until like 8.5 minutes. It's going to give them a lot of vision.
As long as the Thor is planning on ganking soon, it's a good ward, in my opinion. But
fair enough.
if he doesn't go towards that, it's kind of wasted.
Fair enough. You're right.
Because that vision, like, aside from for your own team to gank, like the counter ganking potential, the Kali's not going to be ganking, and at least he shouldn't be, or she shouldn't be.
Right.
So you were talking about the solo line earlier before we interrupted you for the Thor gank.
The Osiris, I mean, we saw the Isis didn't get blue buff, so I felt like the Osiris should have just been zoning the Isis and last hitting, and he wasn't. He was just pushing the wave while the Isis sat on the tower.
So I'm not a fan of this. I think blue team should be fighting on left. They have the Vulcan Thor combo and Athena ult. I think they should be fighting that.
Athena taunt to Vulcan ult. It's a really strong combo.
They have a way better team fight. Kali's not online. Sylvanas is about equal to Athena early on in that regards for team fighting. I think it should have happened. This Isis is going to get ganked here. Great silence by her. I don't know if she's going to get out. Yeah, there's really no way that she can get out of here. But I really liked her attempt. Mechanically, it looked great, but she was just a little out of position. Thor doing a great job of ganking. And let's see how many wards she's placed. 0. Against a Thor.
Yeah, that's
as an Isis. That's your own fault.
Yeah, if you're a jungler and you see a mage in that lane, and I mean, you can tell when someone wards. If you're paying attention to it, you know. So it's really good for the jungler to be there and really bad on Isis's part.
So, how do you feel about these? We haven't really talked about these mid laners. They've been farming pretty efficiently. It looks like the Vulcan is 100 gold ahead, so they're basically dead even. It seems like both teams have been splitting camps pretty effectively too.
Well, the Vulcan's been, to me, it seems like more involved. I don't know. He rotated for that one team fight, and Janice has a global ult. Okay. It wasn't really relevant.
Fair enough.
So and as of right now, it's Vulcan for me.
He used it there for nothing. I mean,
yeah.
That was just...
And I said this earlier. With the Janice ult, you aren't always trying to hit people. It's better to lead the people and cut them off. You can send your whole team in front of them, and then where are they going to go?
Yep. This Vulcan may be in a bad spot. But, I mean, just so much damage.
He's chunking them. This is a sloppy team fight. I feel like there's no communication right now.
Yeah, from both. Great taunt. Actually, they're going to pick up Sylvanas there. That was a fantastic taunt. And an immediate reaction ult coming out from Anhur there. Paul's he's really deep too. His dash is down too. He's dead. Meanwhile, this Thor went really hard. Picked up a kill as well.
There should be a Gold Fury.
They're going to it. Yeah, they're going to it. I think she wanted to make sure to be defensive. in case the Giannis went back in on the Thor.
Yeah, they also didn't know where the Isis was.
This Giannis has no mana.
Yeah,
I mean,
him being here.
he's really just baiting it. The Isis is rotated over. Yeah, there they go. They got it. Fantastic play and call. Team Anhur's doing
It's
a
a
great
really
job.
good job on blue. I feel like red could have been more optimal there. Like, you know you're not stealing it. They have a Hog 3. You can see they have a Hog 3. So you need to push out other lanes and look to do stuff elsewhere. As a player working your way up into competitive, a competitive player would never just stand there and watch unless they thought they could steal it.
Mm-hmm. You're just putting yourself in a bad position.
Yeah, you just have to optimize, always. Min-max everything.
Like, just speaking of min-maxing, Anhur's last hitting this wave. There's no reason for him to push it up. Make sure the Apollo loses even just a couple creeps is really critical. See how these mid-harpies go. Thor just needs to back off. He can't really steal these, I don't think. Yeah. It was a nice attempt, but there was nothing there for him.
And they're fighting on the other side.
Yeah, that was a great Isis rotation. Yeah, I don't know who rotated first, but Isis being there definitely turned that fight for them, allowed them to get a kill.
I
And the
don't
mid-harpies.
like the Osiris going boots. It's just not something I see commonly, and I really wish he had gone more defensive. I like the defensive builds. It makes you more relevant.
I think I'm out of it right now. Did red team actually secured Gold Fury?
Did they?
I didn't even notice. I'm out of it.
Are you-
I'm doing okay with everything outside of Gold Furies. I just expected them to secure it. Blue team. I didn't realize Kuang had stole Gold Fury. I'm done talking. We can go.
I'm so confused.
Red team stole Gold Fury.
How?
See, Weekend didn't notice either.
Yeah, I'm as lost as you are.
I have to. I know it was way back. I have to rewind this, guys. It was just like I mentally thought blue
Wait,
team had got
no,
it.
There's no way they got it.
They got it with the Giannis too.
Oh my god.
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that.
Oh my god.
I have to. God, I'm so bad.
That's a horrible, horrible play on blue team's part. That's
I-
embarrassing.
Chat's
done.
actually going like making fun of us right now because
I
we
know.
all
also said Alquan,
Nobody
so-
noticed.
because we just expected them to secure it there, and I'm
Did
just
he
like,
not have
how?
hog up?
I'm gonna watch this again. Let me see.
His hog is up. Does he miss it? He
Oh,
has to miss it.
Oh no!
I think he hogs early. This is very
Yeah.
embarrassing from us.
Not
I have to
even
watch
from
this
our-
again, guys.
We're fired.
He hogged early. He hogged early.
No, he never hogged.
Oh,
He-
Did he?
he hogged early or late.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess.
Someone hogged early. I don't know.
I'm so confused.
They had
Really
Athena
fast.
and Osiris hog, and it
Well,
just
good job by that dude
it-
for getting super lucky.
Okay.
Give him that.
I'm fast forwarding it.
the Yanis has no mana. What is he doing here? He's stealing Gold Fury. Shut up, you three nerds.
Dude, you guys were both like, we're lost. I'm like, no. I'm like looking at the gold lead.
Yeah, I looked at it
No,
right
I
after
knew
you
what
said
you were
it.
saying,
And I'm just like,
Okay.
how are they even with 6 kills and a gold fury? I'm so confused.
All right, well, that was a really good job by Yanis. Then.
That
for
was
really
fantastic,
having no
obviously.
mana.
I don't think he should have been there. I think that was pure luck, but I mean, sometimes pure luck decides games.
Wow.
That's-
I still.
Like, there's no hog 3, but because you're doing what 480 base damage, you're almost doing 1,000 instant burst. That's like just as good as a hog 3 for early gold furies. They should have timed that together, honestly. Like, that should have been a free gold. There was no reason for that, or someone should have zoned.
It was still great for the Giannis to max range hit.
Yeah.
Too, and
He
see
definitely
that.
didn't get out of position for it.
Upside.
Blue team either should have zoned or timed their hogs perfectly.
Oh, we're dumb guys. It's all right.
I'm just like, I was looking at the gold and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. They stole Gold Fury. How did we not notice that?
That makes sense as to why the other fights were turned. Like,
Yep, for
the
sure.
Isis is actually bullying Apollo or Osiris a little bit.
Yeah, this Isis is actually really bullying. We just saw a kill there. The Isis is doing a fantastic job. I feel like Thor's been great all around, but I feel like he should be on this Isis a little bit more, especially considering how bullied Osiris is getting.
No, I completely agree. I feel like they obviously they transitioned into the gold to the last fight. didn't
Like,
go
the
well,
Isis
but-
still hasn't warded. I mean, he's ahead in lane, but the fact that he hasn't warding it is just really bad. Like, I don't think this is great play coming out from him because of that. Like, in a competitive, especially against a Thor, like, the Thor should be putting more pressure on his lane, but he still needs to be wary. He needs to have some wards on that Fire Giant.
This goes back to, like I said, the Osiris rushed boots and he's lost tower already. You don't see Osiris lose lane ever.
Mhm.
So he's doing something wrong on his part, and it starts with the build.
Okay.
This ISIS is doing a great job of rotating in, too. Like, the ISIS... I don't like the no wards. I think that's incredibly bad. But the fact that she's taking her lead and then rotating in is fantastic. That's where she's doing great. She's has really great rotations.
And ooh,
Kali died with ult there too. She jumped in. I think she was looking for a target and just got CC chained out before she could get her ult off there. Kind of sloppy fight from both teams.
Yeah, you have to know when to pop your ult. A lot of times when you're diving like that, if it's to secure a kill, it's worth it to just pop it early.
mm-hmm.
It was a good turnaround. I mean, I don't know how they ended up turning it around. It was a good job. Vulcan started it off.
So we're getting pretty close to 15 minutes here. Who is standing out for you on the red team weekend?
On the red team would have to probably be the ISIS. Like, we've been saying he's not warding and doing this and that.
Mechanically is great.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's rotating great. He's a big reason why they're in this game doing as well as they are.
He's probably...
But
outside of the steal by Giannis...
Like, the Giannis stolen...
I don't even know. I want to... It's like luck / not luck, you know? It's a misplay by blue team. Like, they could have zoned him and forced him to use a portal out. They could have timed their hogs better, but he did manage to steal it. It's hard to really recognize how he's been doing mid lane. I mean, he is 500 gold on this Vulcan with only 1 gold fury taken.
Yeah, for me, I'm giving it to both the mages. Oddly enough, both mages are the ones who are kind of... I feel like the ISIS is doing the most. I feel like the Giannis made a play, and that's kind of key.
But more if ISIS is listening, more wards. Like, that is disgustingly bad. In a competitive match, you would have died 3-4 times.
You are not the Boosh.
You are not the
I
Boosh.
completely agree.
The Boosh has
I'd
a
say-
team that supports him 150%, no matter what he does.
That, like, he picked up another kill there, but that was all Thor. Like, that was very, very bad by Thor. He should not have fought an ISIS there.
Right. Anybody from the blue team that you're noticing, Weekend?
I mean, the Thor was doing well early and kind of made some mistakes. They never comboed their hogs on the Gold Fury, so that's a huge, like, this can't happen. Vulcan was doing decently early, so it's kind of no one super stands out, but there's a bunch of players that did decent.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look like we have a scout, so we can't really talk for communication. There will be a report on it later, guys, so we'll be sure to give the players who communicated properly credit. But that's going to be it for now, guys. We'll hop on to another game here very shortly. Thank you guys for joining us in the North American Combine.